Hello, everyone. My name is Cecilia Tripp, and I am the Communications Coordinator for Cancer Companions. If you hear the baby in the background, she's just finally discovered how to talk, so she's very vocal now. Welcome to Bootcamp Day 1. There will be 2 videos released today that I will be going over with you. The first will be talking about our virtual prayer wall, and the second will be talking about virtual registration and how you can tell others in your community to register. 30 days is an incredible time for people across the country to be focusing on cancer prayer. But it's just as important to focus on the cancer prayers in your church and your community. Just think about how many prayers on your church's list are about cancer. Now picture these prayers and more displayed on your church's virtual wall. Just think of the different ways that your church could use this throughout 30 days. They could display them before, during, or after a virtual church service. You could display them in the church lobby for those who are still able to attend in person, whether it's on a TV or on your laptop. You could send a link to the virtual prayer wall in your pastor's weekly email. The options are endless, and these prayer walls are created easily by the Cancer Companions staff, and your Cancer Companions team can follow a few simple steps to add prayer requests throughout the event as you receive them. Now, how do these virtual prayer walls benefit your Cancer Companions team? Well, we have created an easy, safe way for you to collect cancer prayer requests and display these requests to others. We're also able to collect contact information for everybody who does submit a prayer request to the prayer wall, which means that you will be able to have that information to reach out to them after 30 days is over and invite them to learn more about your Cancer Companions group, especially now that groups are virtual. It also provides them a sense of safe community building and still lets those who are dealing with cancer during an already isolating year that you are making an extra effort to let them know that they're being prayed for and that they are not alone. And if they want more resources, you are there to provide those resources for them. Now, in your mini bootcamp packet, you should have received this mini poster with a little QR code down here. And on the back, there are instructions on how you can set up and continue to add prayer requests to your prayer wall throughout 30 days. So I'm going to do a little tutorial just to show you how the QR code works and how you can have this hanging in your church lobby and still practice safe social distancing while also being able to collect those prayer requests. So let's take a look at how these work. As you can see from that video, they can walk directly up to the poster, never have to touch it, never have to touch anyone else who's around it. They just use the camera app. Anybody can use the camera app on their phone. And once they scan the little QR code, a prompt will pop down and they just have to tap on that and it brings them right to the virtual prayer wall request submission form. So it's a great way to keep everybody safe. There aren't a lot of hands on this. There's no passing it back and forth. They're just taking out their own phone, using the camera, and filling out the submission form from there. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like on a laptop so you can have it set up in your church lobby for people who are walking by to be able to see the virtual prayer wall and all of the requests that have come in for it. So let's take a look. Okay, so as you can see, I'm using my daughter's little toy bench as my setup, but if you've got it up on your screen, it's easy to see all the little boxes, read all the different names of the prayer requests that are coming in, and as people are walking by, it's a great visual for them to have up. Every now and then, you can scroll, so you're making sure that everybody's names are getting displayed at some point. This is the national prayer wall, so as you can see, every now and then we've got a pin that tells them how they can submit prayer walls to this national one, which you can have on yours as well, or you don't have to include those. But when you get the instructions for how to set up your prayer wall, that is one of the graphics that's included for you as you put in your pins. It's important to remember that if you did not receive these flyers, there's a few that went out in this mini bootcamp mailing. You can find them all on our website. They're available to download and print yourself, so you don't have to wait for us to be sending them to you. All of the flyers have great little easy instructions on how to use each of them right there on the back. And that's all I got for you for the virtual prayer wall. The next section of this prayer wall is going to be a screen share of me showing you essentially the directions that are on the back of the poster. It will be me walking you through how to get your prayer wall set up with us and how to add the incoming prayer requests to your prayer wall throughout 30 days. So let's get started on that, shall we? Okay, so to set up your virtual prayer wall is super simple. We've made it so that we are doing most of the work for you. Yay. The first step you want to do is to create a free Canva account. So simply go to www.canva.com. You'll be brought to a home center where you'll see two options in the upper right hand corner. One will say login and one will say sign up. There are three different options you have when you sign up. You can sign up with your Gmail, you can sign up with your Facebook account, or you can sign up with any email that you have. Once you've logged in, you will take that login information and send me the email address that you use to create your account. So you will send that email address to me at cecilia@cancer-companions.org. Then once I have that email, I will be sharing with you the prayer tile designs. So when you get the prayer tile designs sent to your Canva account, they'll look like this. Although if other people have already started building their walls, you may not see the insert name here and the insert diagnosis or specific prayer requests in this box, because you'll notice that as people get these designs, they'll be updating them, etc. So they're all in one place for you. You'll scroll down and you'll see that there's just slight changes to the background gradient. That way your prayer wall doesn't, have the same tile over and over and over again. It's just slight variations of the same one. It kind of makes the board look a little bit prettier. And then this is one that you won't change. It's that submit your prayer request to our prayer wall tile that I showed you is included sporadically throughout the National Prayer Wall. It's there if you'd like to have it on yours, but you don't have to use it. So once you've got these tiles, this top line you won't update at all. It stays as in memoriam or in honor of, but you'll want to fill in the name. So I'm just going to use myself as an example. So let's say I submitted a prayer request, and let's say I don't have cancer, but let's say I said my diagnosis is breast cancer. I would put that in there. Because this isn't a national prayer wall, we're not going to have you include the states because they're probably all going to be from the same area. So I will just write, I included that you could put their full specific prayer requests in there. So let's say, please pray for my upcoming scans. That way you have the prayer request right there on the page for you. So then to download these prayer tiles, once they've been completed, you'll see up here in the corner, it says download. Everything is set the way you want. Now, here's where you want to get specific. The select pages, if you've only updated one or two tiles, you just go to the specific ones that you updated and select that. So I only updated the first tile, so I'm going to only download page 1. You'll hit download. and it'll go to wherever your computer saves downloaded files. From there, I will have already set up a Pinterest account for you and sent you your Pinterest login information. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to use Cancer Companions page. So to upload and add it to your specific board, what you'll do is you'll see on your page a little create pin. When you go to create the pin, you will just select my downloads. Hold on, it's right here. The title of the pin, I usually make the name. And then in the description of the pin is where I again write in the diagnosis and the prayer request. And then this destination link is where we will have you send them, I started typing Cancer Companions out of habit, to the 30 days main website. That way, if they click on any of these pins, they can be directed towards there to learn more about the whole event in general. So then you will find which board it belongs on, which on your page, since I will be setting it up, will only have one option. It will say your church's prayer wall. You'll select that and hit publish. I'm not going to publish mine because I don't have cancer and I don't need people praying for my scans. I was just use this as an example. So anyway, that is how you do it. Once you hit publish, all of them you'll be able to close out and you'll see all of them are there on your prayer wall for you to display at church. So that is that. We recommend that you share your Pinterest username with your church staff, with your Cancer Companions participants and teams, with anyone who you see signing up for your prayer requests, with your friends and your family. Doing this allows them to find your cancer virtual prayer wall online anytime they want to access it. They don't have to be at church to see it. They don't have to get in touch with you to see it. They know exactly where they can go. So yes, a reminder that we will be doing a Zoom Q&A on January 11th. So if you have any questions about what you saw in this video, I will be on that Zoom chat, so you'll be able to ask them to me directly, and I'll be able to give you an answer. If you are unable to make that Zoom call, we will be recording it and sharing it, or you can reach out to me directly. My email is cecilia@cancer-companions.org, which should be displayed very lovely right around here. Thank you guys, and I will see you again very soon.